It is yet another episode. My name is Daniel Leinhardt. Welcome back to yet another edition at the Crypto Investar Podcast. We are discussing something really deep, and it's about how to make smart crypto investment decisions when everybody is panicking. I know this is something that is really hard, and most people, of course, panic through their crypto journeys. And it's really hard for people to know how to be resilient, especially in hard crypto situations when everything is not going right. So, today I want to give you about 10 highlight points, each designed and relatable, to give you a broader view on my experience, my stories, and also some advice along the way on how to make smart crypto decisions. Definitely, when everybody is panicking in the market, it's really hard to be resilient in most crypto situations, but I think it's really worth it that you learn to be hard, that you learn to be resilient because it's really worth it. So it's really amazing to understand the panic, that it is normal and it is part of the market. Understand that panic is a normal part of the market. For example, um, personally, I remember in 2022 when Bitcoin dropped from $68,000 to something like $30,000. I used to check my phone like 20 times a day, and I felt sick. But I then realized that markets have always done this and it passes. It is okay to hold a crypto when it is around $160, and then suddenly it falls to $70. It is okay to panic. It is okay to feel scared. It is okay to feel sick. But then it is also worth it to understand it, that markets perform like that, and it happens but also passes, because this happened around 2022, around 2020, in the bull run. Some crypto fell down and others actually really went up. There are some crypto that have been down for some good time but have really risen up when their usabilities, when their core infrastructures have got into real use cases. So it is really worth it to understand that if you understand the concept, if you understand the fundamentals of a certain crypto, you shouldn't get panicked, you shouldn't get fear because the price is dropping in a certain period of time. It is not really worth it. So focus on the bigger picture, but not on the daily prices, because you need to understand that markets move in cycles. So you need to zoom out on charts, and you need to look at a yearly growth instead of a 24-hour chart. So focus on a bigger picture. Look at a yearly market performance, and not just the prices in a certain small period of time, like one day, like 1 week, like 1 month or 2 months. That is really too small for you to determine the strength of a certain project or a certain cryptocurrency token. I once sold a coin during a crash, only to see it three times or times three in the next 6 months later. And that's when I learned to zoom out, because I had, I think, had I looked at a yearly chart, I would have had that crypto. But I simply looked at shorter term expectations. I thought in the next 1 month, in the next 2 months, this script is going to be amazing, it's going to be huge. So when it crashes, you're like, oh my goodness, this is not where I belong. Oh my goodness, I think I should hurry up and buy this crypto that is maybe pumping. But I think it's because your crypto investment expectations were really set very low, and they are actually very, very short term. And I think that keeps a person all on the hook, and exposed to jump from one crypto to another, which is not really cool. And if you are to be a successful crypto investor, you need to look into that. You need to understand that most crypto projects, actually not most, but all of them should actually be a long term. And I personally don't see why you should be investing in short term crypto projects. Are you investing in memes? Are you investing in cryptos just because of hype or anything? Because if you are investing in a real infrastructure, then you should look at a long term goal. Why don't you have a clear investment plan before the panic starts? I think it is amazing to always have a clear investment plan before the market panic starts. Because smart investors don't react emotionally, but they follow a plan. So set your goals, know the entry and the exit points, and also um, be risk tolerant ahead of time. I'm going to give you a scenario that in 2023, I made a decision to only invest in 5 cryptocurrency tokens or projects, and I stuck to it. So no matter how tempting a new token looked or how scary the dip was, then it never changed my plan. And I think this is something that most people should be doing, especially if you're that kind of a person who does not get stuck in a certain crypto. So you're always looking for what is new, for what people are hashtagging on X, for what crypto YouTubers are making videos about and hyping. You should have an investment plan. If you set a plan that you must hold 10,000 fetch coins, fetch AI. If you set a plan that you must hold 50,000 Node AI tokens, if you set a goal that you should hold 1 million Singularity Net tokens, if you have a goal, if you set a goal that you should hold 50,000 reserve tokens, why shouldn't you stick on them? Why are you now stopping buying your fetch tokens at 5,000 coins of them when you actually your initial goal is 10,000, and then you're venturing into another new crypto token that you even do not understand why it is here, and the infrastructures that it wants to build, it is not right. And I think me sticking to just a few number of coins that I thought I understood was really the best um, decision that I've ever made. So therefore, I always tell people that if you follow all these new tokens and whatsoever, you need to also stay away from media hype and FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and also doubt. So if you are used to follow these new trends, these new crypto tokens, you will realize that actually most are here because of media hype. Look at what is happening with the news headlines. They exaggerate, right? Because they understand that panic sells stories. Panic does sell stories. So when you look at all these media headlines, news headlines from various bloggers, on blogs, on big media houses, on YouTube videos, on X, you will understand that most headlines are actually X. To create panic, because panic sells stories. Of course, they need you to click, they need you to wonder what is happening. So I remember headlines screaming that crypto is dead in 2018. A lot of media houses, a lot of media blogs used to say that crypto is dead around 2018. So just imagine that if I had listened, I would have missed the 2021 bull run. Now, what I do right now is that I check facts and not fear. So keep an eye on which news blogs that you read about. Are they aimed at creating fear? Are they aimed at having a lot of impressions and also clicks? So do not follow headlines, but I think you should actually have a few personalities that you should be following in crypto, just like I'm going to be discussing in the next few minutes with you. Another thing that I think is a smart crypto decision is when you invest in what you understand and not what is trending. Not trading, but trending. Invest in what you understand, not what is trending. So most people panic because they are holding coins that they don't understand. Most people are panicking because they hold coins they cannot and they don't understand. Well, you are holding Chainlink, but do you understand it? You are holding XRP, but do you understand it? You hold Fetch, but do you understand it? You hold Nosana AI, but do you understand it? There are some people that hold NF Prompt, right? But do you understand it? Can you explain it to a person that I'm holding this coin because of this and this and that? Because I think in the next 5 years it is going to build this and this and this. Its core values are this and this and this. It is from this company. It is from this country. This is the leader. He was this and this and this. Can you explain your crypto portfolio? Or you simply invested in because you read a particular news headline, or you saw people hashtagging it on X. I once jumped on a token just because everybody on Twitter hyped it. And trust me, when it crashed, I didn't even know what the project did. I didn't even know what the project did. And that was a tough but valuable lesson. So then I understood that crypto is a personal decision and everybody is entitled to their own decision, and you do not need to first read on Twitter what everybody is posting about or tweeting about or hashtagging about for you to be able to make your own personal crypto decision. It's about your own understanding. Have you had something called dollar cost averaging to reduce risk? Have you heard about somebody using dollar cost averaging to reduce risk? So this happens like this, that instead of you putting in a lump sum in a certain crypto investment, instead of you putting in a lump sum, invest fixed amounts over time. Invest a certain fixed amount over time. So personally, I understand this, that during volatile markets, I dollar cost average small amounts of projects that I believe in. So it takes the pressure off trying to time the bottom, and it actually works. So one of the things that I think people are also not putting into um, reality is just like I talked about it previously in the previous few minutes. I think this is a little bit misleading when you follow people that you're not supposed to follow. Personally, I love following reliable and also long term voices and not hype accounts. How does this happen? You need to stick to experienced investors and not influencers that chase views. Personally, I cut off noise Telegram groups. Actually, last week I just deleted some Telegram groups that I thought were actually a little bit misleading because I don't believe in that. And then I followed educators like Benjamin Cohen, like Max Maher. Actually, Max Maher is missing on YouTube, and I made an article previously about him. He has not been posting for like 4 months. He's huge. He has 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but eventually he's not posting for now, 4 months, and everybody's wondering where is Max Maher. But I love following people like Benjamin Cohen, Max Maher, and a few on-chain analysts. So my confidence improved and also my panic dropped. And even now, my confidence is improving. And also the panic that I have over my crypto portfolio, it is reducing because now I understand things on a personal basis. I understand things um, from real educators, people that really understand money and crypto investments and not just hypes. Because somebody said that we are who we follow. If you follow somebody that brings you bad energy, then you are also bringing bad energy onto you. If you follow fake personalities, if you follow people that really do things that do not coincide with your own values, then you are being misled. So we are who we follow. The people we listen to, the videos we watch, the podcasts that we listen to are what we are because those people influence us to become the better versions of us. So if you are following people that really don't add anything onto you, then you're not becoming the better version of yourself, but you're becoming the worst version of yourself. So you need to focus on who you listen to and people you give your attention for your amazing crypto journey. So I recommend Benjamin Cohen and also Max Maher. I think he really has amazing content that is not just based on hype, that is not just based on excitement, but is based on core values and also long-term strategies. What if you tried this? I think it would also work for you. Always keep a cash reserve, especially in stable coins. I'm talking about USDT, I'm talking about USDC, and I'm also talking about coins like Cerodora. There's Cerodora and also Cero Euro. They are really amazing. So in panic markets, I believe cash is king and it gives you the power to buy opportunities. It gives you the power to buy into opportunities. So I made it a rule that I always have to have at least 10% of my crypto portfolio in stablecoins. It is very important because in every crash, I get to pick up discounts while others are trapped. If you have like 10, okay, let's say like 20,000 US dollars, and in your other crypto portfolios, I think it is really worth it to have something like $400 in stable coins. Okay, let's say $500. Okay, let's not even look at that smaller values. Let's look at $2,000. If you have 20,000 US dollars in around your entire crypto portfolio, you need to have something like 2,000 US dollars in stable coins. Because in scenarios where the market is dipping, you will then have an opportunity to buy those assets that you believe in. Because always, if you have particular tokens that you wholeheartedly, that you religiously believe in, the dip is always the right time for you to venture into them. But imagine that it is dipping and you're not having any stable coins in your portfolio. It will be another different discussion because you will be missing out at the buying point. That's what I actually talked about when I was starting this podcast. That amazing investors know when to get in and they know when to exit. So when you fail to hold stable coins, for you to be able to buy dips of your favorite cryptos, then you are missing the right time for you to get in. Focus on utility and real world use cases. I understand that when panic clears, only projects with real values survive. And it is always important that before you invest in any crypto, understand its utility and real world use cases. Because when the market is stable and there's no panic, projects with real values will always stand out and survive. Want to look back at my old portfolio, projects like Ethereum, projects like Chainlink, they kept on bouncing back because they solve real problems in the crypto industry. And when you look at stuff like meme coins, when you look at hype projects, they are all gone. And they've left so many victims. They've left so many victims struggling to revive their financial freedom. So before you invest in any crypto, you need to really focus on the utility. Does it have real utility? Not written utility in the white papers. Not utility that is posted on social media platforms, but I mean utility that is that is built within the infrastructures of that very crypto project. So you need to really be conscious before you venture into a crypto project. Not just reading the utility written in documents and the future plans on what the crypto will be building, but the existing infrastructures where the crypto can be utilized. Always remember why you started. And don't let fear make your decisions. So I always go back to my goals. I always remember that I invested in because I wanted financial freedom. I always remember that I ventured into crypto because I wanted passive income. I always remember why I'm in crypto because I wanted an early retirement and also leaving a legacy. So every time I feel like giving up, I remember why I came into crypto. Not for quick wins, but to slowly build up a future where my income isn't controlled by a single job or a single entity or a centralized body or any individual, but rather a decentralized society and a decentralized system. So I remember why I got into crypto. Once you know that, you will know which coins to venture into. You will know that crypto will need your patience. that markets dip happens, but they are not here forever. So you will actually know where to put your money. So do not check your portfolio daily during a crash. That's tip number one. Always take breaks from crypto Twitter and noisy groups. That's my take number two. Read books, listen to podcasts about market cycles and real projects. That is point number three. And also talk to others. Talk to other holders that really value long time perspectives. That is my tip number four. Journal your feelings during crashes because it really helps. And also learn the history from the previous bear markets, especially the famous 2021 crypto bear market and also the bull run that happened in that same year. The market will always test us. You need to understand that. And the question is whether we panic with the crowd or we actually position ourselves for when the tide turns. I've made mistakes myself. I've lost money in crashes. I've learned from them. That's the most important thing. Learning from your personal mistakes that you've made in your crypto journey. But the one thing that I've never done is quitting. I've never quit because I understand that this is the future of transactions. This is the future Web3 that we are dealing with. And that's what I'm still here. So if you love this particular episode and you feel that it will help a friend, please do share it. You should also start reading my amazing articles on the cryptoinvestar.com website, Crypto Investor with an A, and always ensure to reach out if you need me to tackle a particular crypto topic. My name is Daniel Leinhardt. Keep it on. Let me see you in the next episode.
Baby, I try.